friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today we're going to be talking about the 5 most common mistakes that I have seen through my great experience, my high levels of experience of touring that I have. Nah, I'm not all that experienced. There are a lot of folks out there who are way more experienced than I am. But I can tell you I've made these mistakes, and I believe that most people that I've spoken with, and I have spoken to a few people in preparation for this video, so. But before we kick that list off, if you would do me a favor, give this video a big old thumbs up, share it with your friends, all that jazz. I sure would appreciate it. The channel is growing. May was a very good month for the channel. We had a lot of growth. I'd love to see us hit 10,000 this year. We're almost at 7,000. We're like probably, as of the making of this video, around 6,750. So that gives us 3,250 to go, but I really would like to hit 10K by the end of the year, so help a brother out. Hook me up, baby. Let's do it. Anyway, so without further ado, the top 5 mistakes. Numero uno, and this will be in no particular order, although I think this is one of the main ones. We'll start with the most popular mistake. Too many miles, man. Too many miles. You know, you think that you see people do 500-600 miles a day, and you all of a sudden you go, man, I can do that. And you're right, you can. But what we don't take into consideration, if we're touring on multiple days, we don't take into consideration the accumulation of fatigue. Most Spyder riders that watch our channel also watch John and Miriam. Now, John and Miriam just went all the way across the country, and they did it wisely. If you're touring, that is the way to do it, to where you're not doing a lot of big miles every day. And you know, now I'm not going to say that going big miles isn't wise either. I love doing big miles, but I think there's that you know, it just depends on where you are and what you're doing. I think on your first tour you need to plan on shorter days. You just need to. It's important. If not, you're just gonna feel like garbage when you get to where you're going, and you're gonna be frustrated. But too many miles, thinking too big, you know, get too big for your britches. But they did it right. They made it across, and they look they almost look refreshed. They look more refreshed when they got there than when they left. That's kind of how it's supposed to be too, by the way. You're not supposed to feel like crap when you get there. You're supposed to feel better when you get there than the day you left. So there you have it. So number 1 mistake, going too far every day, where you're just beating yourself up. Oh, by the way, you know, you can transition that too. You know, if you find yourself going too far, you can pull the plug, cancel that motel reservation, and make a different one wherever you are. Take a day. Enjoy it. All right. Number 2. Let me get through this stop sign here. That way I can give my undivided attention. There's a big old oak tree in the way. It's hard to see around, so I'm going to have to pull way up. All right, you got 2 big old giant oak trees, and you got to get, so you can't really look until you have nothing coming from your left. And once you clear left, then you can kind of pull out in the road and look. There we go. All right, there is a method to my madness. But number 2, thinking that it's all going to be easy. You know, we see, you know, and Coach Vic and I, we really do try to keep it real. You saw the videos where Coach Vic was freezing. You saw where we were burning up on the year before. But those things happen, and it is very, very real. You'll feel like your brain is going to pop. It'll be so dadgum hot, and you get out of some of these areas. And you can be in June or July, and if you're in the wrong part of the country and it's early in the morning or late in the evening, you can freeze your dadgum tuchus off. I'm telling you, it can happen. You wouldn't think so. Now, right now, I'm riding is perfect weather. It's low 80s right now here in Tallahassee. It will be 95 degrees in 3 hours. Yep. This is one of those roads where people don't want to do the speed limit on, and I'm going 5 over. But, you know, it's just one of those roads. I love riding this road, though. People will fly on it, though. They will fly on it. But you know, we have this postcard mentality. You know, we see the beautiful green trees and the shade, and we see the wildlife and the cool restaurants and all that stuff, and we immediately assume, because that's what social media is doing to people as well, but we assume that means that the whole trip is that. But really the trip, the bulk of the trip is driving. It's heat, it's cold, it's rain, it's that sort of stuff. And you know, it cannot meet your expectation. It just can't. Now I think when you look back it does, but when you're in that moment, so don't think when you're in that moment you're going, man, this ain't no fun. And there will be moments that you will feel like, man, this ain't no fun. But it is fun, it is good, but don't expect it to be a postcard. It's not a postcard. It really isn't. All right, number 3. This one is so common that we sometimes still make it. I don't, I'm going to tell you, I don't personally, but Coach Vic has been known to. Packing too much stuff. I'm going to show you a picture right here of my backpack. When I pack, everything I have goes in this backpack. Yes, it's that little. It's very, very little stuff. And I carry a pair of shoes. I'll show you my front completely packed up for my trip and what it looks like. I'll show you a picture right here. Very, very easy. I'm going to tell you what I pack for me personally. I have a shaving kit. A shaving kit will have deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, and razor. I have an electric razor, and I'll have a standard, you know, shaving razor for the old cranium. I do like to keep clean shaven, I do. 5 pair of underwear, 5 pair of socks, 5 t-shirts, and a pair of short pants. That's it. That's all I carry. I roll all that stuff, shove it in my dadgum backpack. I've got room for even chargers and stuff for phones in there. And then I carry a pair of Birkenstocks that I throw on top of the bag. And I wear short pants and Birkenstocks. That's all I wear. If it's 30 degrees, I wear short pants and Birkenstocks. If it's 110, I wear short pants and Birkenstocks. That's just what I do, and that's how I do it. I have little jackets, you know, that I carry. You know, of course, I have my jacket that I'm wearing when I ride, and I also have a rain jacket. So those jackets will suffice if it's a little chilly outside. That's all I carry. So you don't have to carry a bunch of stuff. As far as food and stuff, we have a trailer. We have a very, very small Yeti cooler. We'll put food in that. And then we have a small, like a Tupperware bin that's not very big at all. And if it doesn't fit in those 2 things, it doesn't go. That's just it. And I'm going to tell you right now, if Coach Vic doesn't go, I don't carry either one of those. I simply carry a flat of water, or I'll take water and put it in the saddlebags, and that's it. And that's all I carry as far as food. All right, which leads us to number 4. Number 4 is you eat too much. Man, let me tell you, if you want to ruin your trip, eat too much. Eating too much does a lot of things to you. Number 1, it makes you very, very lethargic. If you eat too much, you're going to be lethargic during the day. And when you're riding, the last thing you need to do is be lethargic. You need your head on a swivel. You need to be alive and well and ready to go. You know, I don't like to eat lunch when I'm on the road. Vic will eat, we'll stop when we get gas. She might grab me a Coca-Cola and a bag of chips or something. And that's it for the day. 1 bag of chips and a Coke's all I need for the whole day. In the morning, I'll have a cup of coffee. I don't even eat breakfast. In the evening time, that's our only meal of the day. That's it. 1 meal in the daytime. And if you're wanting to lose weight, well, you know, guess what? Not only will you have the benefit of a beautiful trip, but through intermittent fasting, you'll lose weight while you travel. That's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, but if you eat too much, you're going to feel like crap. Here's the other thing that eating too much can do, and I will say I have experienced this. You can have the old belly problems while you're riding, and you don't want to do that either. You know what I'm talking about? You find yourself cramping up, and all of a sudden you're looking for a bathroom, and there ain't one within 100 miles, and all of a sudden you find yourself under a magnolia tree. Under a magnolia tree with a piece of toilet paper, praying for the best, hoping the police don't come by and arrest you for indecent exposure as you melt in the grass. It might be a little too graphic for some of you, but you know what I'm talking about. So you don't want to eat too much for a variety of reasons. One of them, like I said, is that you're lethargic, and the other is that it can just create belly and bowel problems and that sort of stuff. All right, well, I'm about to pull into Lowe's here. I'm actually out picking some things up for the kids. Allie and her husband moved this week. That's why I didn't have a Wednesday video out. And so we got them all moved and doing their thing. And so they had a light switch, like a little pull string light switch in a closet that was torn up. So I told them I'd pick up a couple of those and replace what's messed up over there at their little place. We're not going to mess with the landlord on that. By the time he gets to it, I'll have that thing fixed. They need to be able to see what they're doing. And they're cheap. Don't take long. It's a good experience for the kids anyway to learn to repair things. All right, so when we get out of Lowe's, we will finish up with numero 5. They say if you want things done, ask a busy person to do it. Well, I'll tell you right now, I think that's true, because I'm about as busy as a man can be, and I always get it done. But before we get going with number 5, do me a favor. Again, just a quick reminder, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot, appreciate that. Number 5, which is by far the most important. This is definitely the most important of everything that I've told you so far. We'll just call it M&M. Maintenance and mechanical. Any maintenance that has to be done needs to be done before you go, or anything that has to be done maintenance wise that will need to be done while you're gone, you'll have to prep for. Last year, if you followed me on my trip to the Hot Springs Spyder rally, I had a back tire that was in need of replacing, and I knew that, and if I couldn't find one at the rally, I wasn't going to be able to go. They didn't have one available here at the dealer, and so I was like, well, I got enough tire to get me there. I just don't have enough tire to get me back. So make sure that you think about that stuff, because I'm telling you, if you don't, you're going to have a problem. And with the accessibility to parts right now, it can be a real problem, a real bad problem, if you know what I'm talking about. Man, the traffic is out today, isn't it? Look at that. Wow. Yikes. Imagine had I not planned on getting a tire or a place to get a tire, I might would have made it home. But I have a feeling, had I done it with the rain and stuff that I ran into, it would have been dadgum dangerous. I mean, extremely dangerous, because there was nothing on that tire pretty much in the center when I got rid of it. So think about that. Are you going to need an oil change while you're out? Are you going to need, brake pads replaced while you're out? Even if you end up doing your maintenance early, I think it's better to do it early so you don't have to deal with that, which will also lead us into the mechanical aspect. Go over the Spyder, look for problems, look for loose pieces, look for loose panels, look for wires that might be sticking out, look for anything that could be a problem. Because I'm going to tell you, there are a lot of things that you can't prevent. You can't prevent, a flat tire if you run over a nail. You can't prevent, a part burning up, your parking brake tearing up, or your fuel pump going bad, or something going on like that. You can't plan for those things, but you can look for them. And if you can head off one problem, then that's one problem you won't experience on the road. And those things can run into major expenses, because then you're not looking at just the expense of the part. You know, if you break down in the middle of nowhere, you're all of a sudden you're looking at a tow truck, and then you find a dealer, and the dealer doesn't have the parts. It takes them 4 days to get the parts. That's 4 extra days of a motel stay. So you know, just the peripheral costs can run up into the thousands. So you have to be very, very careful about that thing. So think about your maintenance and your mechanical aspect of riding, because it is something that if you're doing thousands of miles, it's an issue. It is an issue. And a lot of people don't think about that. They go, well, you know, I'm not due for a service for another 3,000 miles. And then they go, uh-oh, my trip is 8,000 miles. And if you're going to do that, then go ahead and figure out what day you're going to be in a certain location and plan that location with that dealer. Make sure they have what you need and schedule it. Actually schedule an appointment with them so that you can get that oil change done, and plan maybe a 0 day that day to just kind of rest and relax in the motel and chill and enjoy that day. Hang out at the dealership and drink a Coke and do your thing and just chill. You know, but the maintenance and mechanical side of it is a very big thing. Make sure also you always carry I think it's 12 millimeters. I got them in my bag. I've done a video on it. The parking brake on this thing is prone to get stuck here and there, they say. I've never had it happen, knock on wood. Yes, my head's made of wood. But they say when it happens, you ain't going anywhere. So make sure you got a couple of 12 millimeter wrenches and you know how to do it. I'm not saying that you should just practice doing it. Obviously, I wouldn't take something apart just to learn to do it. I'd look at the video, have a basic understanding of it. But if you type in, you know, parking brake stuck, CanAm Spyder, there are several videos, but that's one that'll keep you stuck in place where you can't go anywhere. So make sure you think about those things. You know, also on the mechanical side, you know, under my backpack, I carry a toolkit. I've done a video on that toolkit. I'm gonna redo another video on the toolkit here soon, showing you exactly what I carry again. But I do carry a toolkit. I carry an air compressor. I carry a tire patch kit. I carry a first aid kit. I carry road flares, that sort of stuff. And so there again, but that's not my personal things. I think where we go wrong packing is when we pack too many personal things, you know, 5 pair of jeans and, you know, makeup or whatever. I always tell Vic, you know, hey, any makeup you put on by lunchtime is going to be gone, because you're going to sweat it off, or the rain's going to wash it off you. As long as you don't stink, I'm happy. Well, type down if you have any mistakes, any touring mistakes that you've made that are easy for people to pick up on and say, hey man, you know, that'll save me a little bit of trouble. Feel free, be sure and drop that in a comment down below. Again, give the video a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. So do me a favor, until next time, go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams. It could be a Spyder, it could be a Gold Wing, it could be a hooligan bike, I don't care. Eat right, take care of yourself, because we wouldn't do it any other way. And remember, if you're not having fun, you are doing it wrong. Now you go seize the day, and I will see you on the road real soon. That is, if I can ever get through all these daggum red lights. Man, woo, I'm telling you, all I do is sit at red lights in this town. Oh my goodness, I got places to go. I got electrical work to do. Oh, let's go.